You've got one phone going full two-screen flagship monster, and the other is the compact flagship with the classic S-series formula. Xiaomi 17 Pro Max versus the Galaxy S25. If you're eyeing either one, drop a comment and let's keep it strictly on paper specs. What's up guys, it's Mad Joe, and today we're putting the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max against the Samsung Galaxy S25, side by side. On paper, Xiaomi swings big on display size, battery capacity, and that rear secondary screen, while Samsung keeps it tight with a smaller body and a very defined camera and video spec sheet. Chipset-wise, Xiaomi 17 Pro Max is positioned with Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 and up to 16 GB of RAM with storage up to 1 TB, while Galaxy S25 lists Snapdragon 8 Elite 3nm with 12 GB of RAM across 128, 256, and 512 UFS 4.0 tiers. Display and build, Xiaomi is spec'd around a 6.9-inch 2K LTPO OLED up to 120 Hz and up to 3500 nits, plus a rear dynamic back display reported around 2.6 to 2.9 inches, while the S25 is a 6.2-inch 1080p dynamic LTPO AMOLED 2X at 120 Hz with Gorilla Glass Victus 2, a much smaller 146.9 by 70.5 by 7.2 mm body and 162.6 grams weight. Cameras, Xiaomi's Pro Max is described with a Leica triple setup and a 5x periscope in the mix, while the Galaxy S25 locks in 50-megapixel wide OIS plus 10-megapixel 3x tele OIS plus 12-megapixel ultra-wide and lists 8K plus 10-bit HDR or HDR10 plus video modes. Battery and charging, Xiaomi goes huge at 7500 mAh with 100 watts wired or 50 watts wireless, while Galaxy S25 is 4000 mAh with commonly listed charging at 25 watts wired or 15 watts wireless and reverse wireless features, and both skip microSD. Notable bits, Xiaomi's headline hardware is that rear screen concept and the massive battery, while Samsung's standout is how clearly the full camera and video pipeline is spelled out in the spec sheet. Quick recap, on paper, Xiaomi leans aggressive with big battery, big screens, and higher RAM and storage ceiling, while Samsung leans consistent with a compact body, defined UFS storage tiers, and detailed video specs. Quick recap, Xiaomi's camera story highlights Leica and periscope, while Samsung's lists exact focal lengths, OIS, and 8K modes alongside a smaller battery footprint. Pricing, Xiaomi 17 Pro Max starts around 5,999 yuan in China. Global storage tier pricing isn't clearly posted in the accessible official pages here, while Galaxy S25 is $799.99, 128 GB, or $859.99, 256 GB in the US, and this is not a real-world review or a buy call, just a spec breakdown. Now tell me, Team Xiaomi 17 Pro Max or Team Galaxy S25 in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next phone battle.